Hi everyone, Dr. Huff here. I thought I would take a few minutes and go over the course syllabus with you. Now the course syllabus is going to have all sorts of information that you need for the class through the entire semester. So if you ever have any questions before reaching out to me, check the syllabus first and you might be surprised that the answer you're looking for has been there the entire time. So the course syllabus can be found on your homepage in Canvas. This is your homepage, Introduction to Public Speaking, and underneath the graphic for the course, you will see that there is a link to a PDF, and that is a PDF version of the syllabus. We click that downloads, and we can pull it up here. So welcome. You have the course information listed here for you. My name is Dr. Jason Huff. This is Common Introduction to Public Speaking at Hartnell College, and it is asynchronous and online, which means that for the most part, you get to work at your own pace with some deadlines throughout the semester. You have here my cell phone number, and this is my personal cell phone number, and this is my preferred way that I want you to reach out to me if you have any questions or need to get a hold of me. You can text me anytime from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. 7 days a week. The second best way to get a hold of me is my Hartnell email address that's listed here. You can email me 24 hours a day and I'll get back in touch with you just as soon as I can. Just a note, you must email me from your Hartnell email address because by law I am not supposed to correspond with personal emails. In terms of meeting with me, if you have any questions or concerns that you feel like you need to visit with me about, instead of face-to-face office, I do a virtual office, and I do that through Zoom, so you can schedule an appointment. I have all sorts of different times and availability windows to be able to meet with you. I'll send you a link for my Zoom account, and we can meet virtually. You have listed here the textbook for the course, Exploring Public Speaking 4th edition, and this textbook is absolutely free. I've been trying to find textbooks and materials for the course to make it as inexpensive and accessible as possible for all types of students, so all you have to do is click that link and you have immediate access to the course textbook. So we have the description of the course here. It covers theory and techniques of public speaking in democratic society, discovery, development, and criticism of ideas in public discourse through research, reasoning, organization, composition, presentation, and evaluation of various types of speeches, including extemporaneous and/or impromptu, informative, and persuasive speeches. And for purposes of this class, you'll be doing 3 individual speeches, extemporaneous, informative, and persuasive. You will also create visual aids using emerging technology. So any course that you take at a 2-year college or 4-year university in California should have a part of the syllabus that is titled Student Learning Outcomes, or SLOs for short. And what a student learning outcome is, it's basically a mini contract between me, the instructor, and you, the student, that by the end of the semester, you should be able to say that you have accomplished at least the following. So the first one here, given a topic, you'll be able to plan, revise, and present an extemporaneous speech utilizing limited notation. The second one here, for an informative speaking situation, you will be able to research a topic, choose an appropriate speech structure, organize and develop the speech, and perform the speech to meet the needs of the environment and audience. And last, for a persuasive speaking situation, you will be able to identify a domestic policy issue, research and explain the cause or causes of the problem, and provide a solution resulting in an audience call to action. Now, these 3 here that are in bold, these are the 3 student learning outcomes that we report to the state of California and to our accrediting agency. I also have some additional student learning outcomes here. You'll design an original Google Slides presentation to complement your persuasive speech. You will also coordinate and demonstrate professional attire for presentational purposes, which means that I basically want you to dress the part. You're going to be learning advanced public speaking skills in a professional environment, and I want you to learn to dress business professional. In Module 1, I will be walking you through a PowerPoint that shows you exactly what it is that I'm looking for. And the last one here, working in a group to produce a final research project, you will analyze a historical speech and present your findings in a virtual forum. This final project is called the Academic Expo, and I'll talk about it underneath assignments. At any time, if you need to pause the video or you need to rewind to cover one of the concepts that I talked about in the syllabus, please feel free to do so. So let's talk about assignments for the course. First, you will be responsible for discussion board posts throughout the semester. And the way that this works is that in Canvas, I will post different topics or questions that I want you to respond to. And in order to receive full credit for a discussion board, you have to not only respond to the original post that I placed into Canvas, but at some point you also have to respond to a classmate. So in order to be considered for full credit, at a minimum, you must have 2 posts per each discussion board question or prompt. Anytime you post, your post should be 3 to 5 sentences at a minimum. I want you to respond, I want you to engage, and I will be doing the same in those discussion boards, interacting with you and your classmates. There will be a total of 11 discussion boards throughout the semester, each worth 10 points apiece, and that will yield up to 110 points for the course. We will also have reading comprehension quizzes throughout the semester. I already mentioned to you the course textbook, and what will happen is that I will assign a chapter or chapters of reading, and what you will need to do is pay attention to main concepts as you're reading. Then I want you to study the key terms that are highlighted in blue boxes on the sides of the pages throughout the reading. So anytime you see one of these terms in a blue box pulled to the side, you may have a quiz question about that term. These quizzes will be combination questions of multiple choice, true, false, and fill in the blank. Yes, spelling counts, so please keep that in mind. And these quizzes will be timed. They will be 10 minutes long, and they will open the day before the due date. So for example, if a quiz had a due date of September 30th, the quiz would open on the morning of September 29th, giving you 2 full days to take the actual quiz. Each reading quiz is worth 10 points. There are 11 quizzes total, and this will give you 110 points for the semester. Module 1 also has an additional syllabus quiz, and that will earn you up to 15 points. You will have a library research training later on in this semester as well, and our research librarians have put together a virtual walkthrough of some of the main electronic resources that our library provides free of charge to you as a student to help you do research. That's particularly important for this class because your last 2 speeches, the informative and the persuasive speeches, will be research speeches. And this library research training will have an assignment attached to it that is worth 15 points. The bulk of your grade this semester, of course, will come from the speeches that you are going to present. And as I already mentioned, there will be 3 different speeches: extemporaneous speaking, informative speaking, and persuasive speaking. Each speech is worth 50 points each. That will earn you up to 150 points for the class. And an important note here is that all speeches must be attempted. If you do not attempt one of the speeches, I will drop you from the course. So once again, you have to attempt every single speech or you will be dropped from the course. Every time that you record a speech, you must have at least 2 audience members present when recording. That's what makes it public speaking and not just talking to yourself. And you can even have one of your audience members record the speech if you like. We will wrap up this semester with the big group project, the Academic Expo. This takes the place of a traditional written final. And what will happen is that in a group, you will be assigned a TED Talk speech on a current topic. And in your groups, you will analyze the speech using different terms that we've talked about throughout this semester. And this will result in a group paper 5 to 7 pages long. And then you will present your paper in a 10 to 14 minute oral presentation that you will record. You will submit this as your last assignment of the semester during the last week or finals week, and this will earn you up to 100 points of your grade. It is a group assignment, so everybody gets the same grade. And just to give you a little heads up, I hated group assignments when I was in college because I was always the straight A type student, and there'd always be that one student in my group that wouldn't do anything and would still get a good grade because I did a lot of the heavy lifting and a lot of the work. Well, I wanted to make sure that that wasn't the case in my classes when I became a college professor, so I have what's called the Survivor Clause, and it's actually taken from the TV show Survivor. So just like on the TV show where they can boot people off the island or kick them out of the group, if your group can confirm to me that you haven't been meeting deadlines or that you didn't do your share of the work, they can elect to kick you off the island or kick you out of the group, and then you would have to do the entire final project by yourself. And like your speeches, if you do not participate in the final project, the Academic Expo, you fail the course. And I'll cover all of these assignments in greater detail throughout the semester as they get closer. So if you've been following along, grading's simple. There are 500 total points available for the class. Discussion boards can earn you up to 110 points. The syllabus quiz, 15 points. Reading quizzes, 110 points. The library research training, 15 speeches, 50 points each for 150 points, and the final project, the Academic Expo, 100. Now, you'll see here that I have this broken down by A minus, B plus. Hartnell College does not grade this way, but the reason that I include this breakdown is that increasingly some four-year schools or some graduate schools later on, they want to know if you got a true A or an A minus, a B or a B plus. So you will be able to take your final point total for this class and convert it in that scale if you need it at some point. However, if you're shooting for an A this semester, you will see that to get an A, you need 450 points minimum of the 500 points in order to receive that grade. So some policies. This is an online class, but attendance is monitored. So even though this is fully online, it is a participation formatted class. Your attendance is monitored via the completion of scheduled assignments. Makeup work is not given. However, everything that you need is provided online asynchronous, which does mean that you get to complete assignments on your schedule as long as they're turned in by the due date. Per the school policy, if you are absent or you miss more than 3 consecutive assignments or 3 assignments in a row, I can drop you from the course. The only exceptions to this are verified legal or medical issues. So basically just plan on having work that you're going to need to do, schedule time to be able to do that, and you'll do fine in the course. As I already mentioned, makeup work isn't accepted. You must be punctual with work. No late work can be handed in. All assignments are due by the date indicated. I won't accept late work, and you will not receive credit for any late work that is turned in. You will receive 0 points. I also include a technology warning here in the syllabus because I get it, cell phones are a part of our daily lives. When I wake up in the morning, it's the first thing I reach for. I text, I surf, I shop for my phone. But in order to help you focus on learning this semester, when you're reading or studying for the class, turn off your phone. It's a really simple habit that can actually really provide great dividends in terms of being able to comprehend more material. You'll be more productive, and particularly if you've never done a fully online class before, it can be a really good habit to turn off that phone. The policy here on any students with disabilities, if you have any documented disabilities and you might need academic accommodations, make sure that you've made an appointment with our Department of Supportive Programs and Services office. I've given you the phone number here, and you can begin the accommodation process. You're supposed to reach out not only to them, but also make an appointment with me to let me know what sort of accommodations you're going to need before the semester gets into full swing. Now, it may be that you don't have any documented disabilities per se, but maybe you have some sort of learning preferences. Perhaps I need to include more white space on documents that I upload, or I need to upload them in a different format. If there's anything I can do to help make your experience in this course be more successful, please let me know, and I will try to accommodate you. Academic integrity, do your own work. I'm really good at catching students that don't. The great thing about this class is that it's really hard to do any type of cheating. Plagiarism is difficult as well because all of your speeches are original speeches. But I always get this warning because I always have at least one student that tries to push boundaries. And lastly here, the final exam project, just a note on this, you have to submit the final project at the specified time. You can't come to me and say, hey, I'm taking a trip with the family. We're going to Disney World in Florida because they've opened and I'll have to turn in my project late. Well, that's not how it works. Everything has a due date. This is fully online. There are no surprises. You know what's coming up. And the only exceptions to this are death or serious illness of a member of your immediate family or your personal illness as certified by a health professional or other responsible person, or perhaps some legal considerations, jury duty, etc. But for the most part, please be aware you have to have that final exam project turned in on time. So the last page of the syllabus here, this is the syllabus in a nutshell. This is the schedule that you are going to have to follow, and it lists all of the different assignments that are due. You'll see here that your very first assignment, which is the syllabus quiz, that you have to take that by June 16th here at 11:59 p.m. You'll notice that the due date for anything is 11:59 p.m., and there are a lot of different assignments that are broken down here, but these are the assignments that I already talked about: the syllabus quiz, reading quizzes, discussion board. And if you ever want just a quick check to find out what's due and when something's coming up, I'm going to close the syllabus now. I'm going to take you back here to the home page. And if you drop below the graphic and drop below the syllabus, you will see that anything that you have coming up is listed here for you. Thanks, and let me know if you have any questions or anything. I'm only a text away.